Hi, this is Tim here, and I've just got some quick news about uh, my sister going to India, and it's something that she has been thinking about doing for quite a few months because she hates the cold weather we have in the UK over winter. And what she's decided that she might do is go over to India with some friends to do some charity work, and that way she can not spend too much money over the winter because it's quite cheap out there, and enjoy the really hot temperatures because she really does hate these cold winters. And what I said to her was that any charity work that you do is really being completely outweighed by the carbon emissions of the actual flight to India. And we've had this conversation so many times over the last few days, and she's been saying to me, "Oh, well, you shouldn't eat certain foods because they produce methane, and you know how bad methane is." So I'd done all sorts of calculations to try and persuade her not to, and it turns out that that the methane produced from certain foods is about 4.5 million times less than the carbon emissions from a return flight from the UK to India. And these sorts of conversations probably don't go on that often. It's only because I'm an engineer that I actually know how to argue these kind of things. But for most people, they have to just rely on what they read in the newspapers or what their friends say. And I don't think people really have much of an indicator of as how bad certain things are compared to other things, because at the end of the day, breathing in and out has a negative impact on the environment because we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, and which is a greenhouse gas. But it's all about scales, because that in of itself is not bad for the environment. It's just the burning of fossil fuels produces so much carbon dioxide that is actually starting to affect the weather, and it could be really really serious, according to the majority of scientists around the world. So during this period of having, whoops, let's turn that off. During this period of researching various facts to have this discussion with my sister, I've been seeing lots of videos on YouTube and blog posts, and from reading the comments, there seems to be a huge amount of people who think that global warming is a hoax, and they don't believe the scientists. They think that it's a conspiracy theory, and there's all sorts of things like this. And without getting too bogged down in that, I really do believe that it's people have a hard time believing certain things, and conspiracy theories are brought up all the time to try and make something that's quite hard to accept easier. And by denying it, that's probably one of the easiest ways to get rid of a certain problem, of owning up to the fact that we could be causing, um, famines and flooding and crop failures across the world and affecting millions of people by the things that we do every day. That's quite a hard thing to accept. And when you actually dig deep enough, you it's quite interesting to see where these sources come from. And the thing about it is that most people don't have the time or resources or even inclination to actually dig out what the um, root of all this information comes from. They'll just see something on YouTube and someone saying, "Oh, it's all a load of rubbish," and then they'll just take it at face value. But really, there's really no substance to a lot of this stuff. The vast majority of it has no substance at all if you actually take the time to follow their information sources. Anyway, I probably got far too involved with this whole subject, and I wanted to make this podcast as a way of sharing my experiences as someone who is really interested in solving the global warming problem, and is continuously coming up against challenges that the people that I see around me don't seem to be very interested in doing so, and in fact try and sort of persuade me against what I'm trying to do, which is quite interesting. So yeah, I'm going to be making this kind of thing on a regular basis. That's my intention anyway, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, see you on the next one. Bye.